Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Sea, this time with the Zubmariner Expansion. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for a long while. You see, the Sunless Sea, for those of you who are new to this, is a sublimely written game, but we've only ever scratched the surface of what lies on the sea. This time, we're going below. And I could start a new game, start a new legacy, but I have a legacy to continue, so that we start from a position of advantage. You see, I start with 31,025 echoes. I decided to inherit all the money from my previous captain. And you may say, well, that's cheating! I fundamentally disagree. You see, this is a roguelike as well as a story-based game. And this is merely my inheritance from 129 episodes of sailing the Sunless Sea. And here we see the delightful writing. It's been so long. So, to our veterans of a long campaign, do pardon me, but I will be reading a lot. A captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the unterzee, and we shall choose a past. I wish to be a scientist of some kind. Sort of. Could technically be a ordained priest who fell from grace. Metaphors. Veteran of the campaign of I almost said 86. No. Veteran of the campaign of 68. Who fought in the invasion of hell, which, did not go well. Poets? Useless. Street urchins? Certainly not. No, a natural philosopher is me. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they take you out to sea. Z, technically. And someone's looking for passage. Interesting. Oh, yes. Now, these ambitions are basically win conditions. Let's see here. Your father's bones, fulfillment, and wealth, as well as private kingdom are old ones, but this one's new. Oh? Eternal life sounds like something you'd enjoy, and it's said that the presbyter, the ruler of the Elder Continent, has lived forever. I mean, what greater goal? Tall tales. The presbyterate guards its secrets fiercely, but amidst the clamor and beer stains of the blind helmsman, a salt-scarred navigator is telling tales of the continent's deepest interior, of a city called Nida, and the origin of the presbyter's long life. Where is he getting his information? Bring wine. He is susceptible to wine. Oh my, yes. My. And of course, now we have to decide how we want to be addressed. Captain, an irregularity with the harbour master's office, and they wish to know, what term of address do you prefer? And of course, I am a captain first, and a human being later. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea, thank you. Now, as for what we look like, I love this man's hat. I truly do. Oh, don't get me wrong, this one's fine as well, but he has a lovely beard as well. And our name? Well, it's have to be a Bright, so James. James Bright. Oh, now we have a lot of things we actually want to tackle. I'm curious, a Zubmariner tutorial? I could have a tutorialization of Zubmarining? Look, pronunciation, language. I used to be able to speak it. A Zubmariner tutorial. We'll look into that first, though. Passenger, someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Oh, this is new. Agree to carry the unsettled salvager to Venderbite. She visits Wolfstack every day in Z-stained rags, begging for passage. No captain will look her in the eye. Huh. Sure, why not? She embraces you. I'd kiss you, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. We were parted, but the ancient captains at Venderbite will know where she is. Oh. For those of you who don't know, Venderbite is something called a tomb colony, where people who get rather close to dying, but not quite, sort of congregate. Not sure how well her beloved is doing. But that'll be a matter for later. For now, how much wine do you want? 1 cask of mushroom wine. Won't read that yet, then. I have money with which to acquire the proper motivator, as I would call it. Euphemisms and all that. Isn't it lovely? Where are you? There you are. Ambition, death hath no more dominion. The Blind Helmsman is a Wolfstack institution, a centuries-old pub held together by a crust of fry smoke and the nautical mementos nailed to the walls. When you enter, the salt-scarred navigator is already in full flow. A city deep in the interior, Nida it's called, where they decide the span of every life. Coax tales of immortality from him. I really wish to know more about this not dying thing. Nida's walls are basalt, but within them it's as close to paradise as man can make. 1,000 fountains, the streets paved with gem slabs, and the air sweet with honeysuckle and orange groves. How does he know? Has he been there? Straight from the source, 1 bottle and he loosens his waistcoat, a second and he loosens his tongue. No, I've never been to Nida. Not in the flesh, at least, he leans close, but I once tasted red honey. In the memories of a man who had, I only saw fragments, an army at the walls, a breach, a rallying cry, liberty, equality, eternity. A 3rd bottle. Where could you taste these memories for yourself? Oh, we know very well that. Go to the Isle of Cats, talk to the cat's chiefest claw, ask about the far-traveled notary, but if you're wise, you'll do like me. Use what you learn to get free drinks, immortalities for gods and monsters. Wonder which one we'll be by the end of this. But, beyond actually pursuing that, because, well, the sea is dark and full of terrors, what's this about a Zubmariner tutorial? I would need to actually acquire a submarine to actually do that. How do we acquire one? Her Majesty's Admiralty has sworn off submarine exploration. However, you've heard tales of unofficial research into submarine travel being conducted in her distant colony. Ah, Port Carnelian. I see. Be sure you're prepared for the journey. So Port Carnelian is to the south, and I know we've spent a while without actually, doing anything, but there is technically a reason for that. There's so much new, so much story. The bulk of the game is actually just reading all these stories, indulging in them, and enjoying them. So, expect a lot of reading, fellows. A navigator's boon. I'm curious. You fall into conversation with another Z captain, one with at least 1 voyage to their credit. I've got a couple more voyages to my own credit, but sure, earnest advice. They pay dearly to learn these lessons you'll gain from their scars. Stamford's Expanse and the Reef. Your helmsman's hand shaking. Turn back before the dreams begin. The flukes are old as the powers of the Z go, but they're not the very oldest. The bazaar, too, is a power of the Z. Fair enough. I now have 3 secrets, so that's interesting. Okay. London. We must visit the university, of course. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z specimens, and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthy of entry. And this is where I'm going to be turning in a lot of artifacts, shall we say. Mostly, stories and other things from the Z that I can't actually sell in the shops of London. Speaking of which, I can sell this advice for captains. I've played this game before. And, if you'll pardon me a moment, I wish to outfit ourselves for an expedition. Alright, we're more properly equipped for a trip through the Z. You see, with all that money I have, I decided I wanted to buy a better ship. We could have started off with this little Legaia-class steamer, but instead I was rather partial to the Myriad-class frigate when we had it for that brief moment in our previous life. I also decided to buy basically everything Cheminus Yards provides because they have the best equipment, because it's gold. Also very expensive, very, very expensive. And of course, stocked up on supplies and fuel, because you see, new people, if you go out to sea, you need to eat, and you need to burn fuel, and this is one of the limiting factors in how far you can go, along with terror. Once that gets to 100, bad things start to happen. Bad things that we do not discuss. Now, before we leave for good, there is a matter of tomb colonist we wish to take to Venderbite. An emigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. And so we shall indeed. And now, finally, a few of you are saying, let's go out to Z. Now, the Z is, as I said, dark and full of terrors. But fortunately, I know a thing or two about traveling through the Z. And one of those things I know, Look, I just don't really need you. If you could disappear for me. Well, I might need you in the future. Now, because the Z is dark and full of terrors, we can explore and discover things again, which means we gain fragments, which eventually become secrets, which I use for, say, speaking to my officer, and then increasing stats, such as pages, which would actually be a good idea. Why do I only have 2 secrets now? Someone stole my secrets. I mean, I gave 1 in, but... Oh, no, that is right. I only had the 3 secrets, spent 1 on the university, and just spent 2 of them getting more pages. Pages, you see, is going to give me more secrets, which is great. Let's see, irons does more damage, mirrors for quicker firing solutions, and we're going to be able to demonstrate that in just a moment. Hi, friend, I'm going to need you to get right over here. You're going the wrong way, friend. I just want to say hi. What? It's not like I've, begun the extinction of your species. I would never do something like that. That just doesn't seem like me at all. So, if you could please just come back. You know what? You're coming back here. Hi. So, way combat works is these things fill up as you light up the enemies, and then you light up the enemies. Very simple, very basic. I've got 2 weapons here. The deck weapon and a forward weapon, and you know what? We had to burn a supply already, so let's dissect it for knowledge. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. We dissect it for knowledge, of course, because I wish to know more and gain more secrets, so as to become more capable as a captain. More secrets, thank you. Yes. Suppose I could and should read that, but, well, I mean, the plausible surgeon, he is just a temporary officer. And I'll turn those lights out because, while having lights on is great and all, it does burn more fuel. I've already burnt through 5 barrels of fuel. My god, the Caminus yards... Oh, this might have been a bad choice. Well... won't worry about that long term. Mutton Island fires on the hillside. Once this simple village... Hello. You're new. Once this simple village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. Unlocked when Mutton Island another day is something. You are new and I'm concerned. I could burn supplies to pick up a wretched mog. Meow meow. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds round your ankles like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably, it's hungry. Oh, why not? What's that smell? It jumps down from your arms and disappears into the darkness of the ship. An hour later, 5 brutally executed rats are found on the foredeck. For those of us not in the know, rats are sentient within the Sunless Sea, so we just murdered 5 sentient beings. Cool. Let's explore the shore, why not? Oh, hello, the remnants of a shipwreck. What washed up here? Boxes of biscuits, Murgatroyd's fungal crackers, an awful lot of them. One must hope that you enjoy fungal crackers or have an extremely hungry parrot. Oh, excellent, we got 20 supplies now. Lovely. Let's chat to the fishermen to get a port report. Those we end up turning into the Admiralty to get 1 fuel and some amount of money. Now we chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves. Smugglers at the work. Connate ships putting in to resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. And we continue the journey south. Turn off the light, though. We are burning quite enough fuel as is. I'm actually kind of reconsidering my choice to take on the Caminus Yard's engine. Well, too late now. Perhaps I should have just... oh well. There are certain jobs you can do for the people who end up following you, your officers, that will get you better equipment, such as the Memento Mori, a devastating forward-mounted weapon, and the Fulgent Impeller, which was an amazingly efficient and powerful engine. But here, we do not have those things yet, and I need the light in order to discover all the things. So, yes, let's, dock. The Cumaean Canal staging area. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shallow turns to the sunlight of the surface. Yes, we could return to the surface, but as it says, the sun is dangerous to neath-dwellers like our crew, and, well, our current fuel situation is not, what I expected it to be, so perhaps not. We'll just gather information for our port report here, and make our trip further south. I wish to get to the Carnelian coast. I wish to become a Zubmariner in truth, and not just, you know, someone who says they are a Zubmariner, but really aren't. Yes, this fuel situation's very... not what I expected. I mean, I knew I would be burning more fuel to be going faster, but... well... there were certain expectations I had. These are not them. And wow, you're actually on fire, too. I've never been to Visage, so what happens if I let it disperse? A Gilliflower's end. The Gilliflower, is it a young jellyfish? A lesser subspecies? Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving into the Z. We let it disperse. A face. From above, the Gilliflower's cap does look a little like a woman's face. She dissolves like smeared paint. Yes. So we don't actually know whose face that is. Interesting. Interesting to note. Now, oh, another use for the lights. Really, I should probably keep the lights on for now, simply because we haven't discovered everything. But at the same time, I'm burning through fuel like it's nobody's business, so... I don't know. I do not know. Oh, hello. Are you going to be profitable or not? Because I really don't want to do this if you're not going to be profitable for me. Let's put us into, you know, not quite full reverse, half reverse. The thing is, I have such ridiculous amounts of hull that there's no way they can sink me. Whereas I can just sit here and not even worry about this. Yep, you guys are dead. Sorry. Oh, don't go running now. No. It's far too late for that. You've destroyed the unfinished revolutionaries. Fragments of clay litter across the deck. They crunch underfoot like pot shards. Unfinished men do not surrender. Let's investigate the hold. What treasures did these villains take? Oh, an intriguingly lumpy sack. It's probably not a sack full of skulls. Instead it is souls. Well, that's actually very convenient, isn't it? A sad little chain of bottled souls. It's hard to be sure if souls have eyes, but when these ones emerge from the sack into the light, they turn their blindly questing faces towards you in what seems like excitement, and then all at once relax, disappointed or relieved. I'm inclined to say relieved. Hopefully. Possibly. But yes, the Myriad-class frigate. She's a combat ship, and she is fantastic. Also should mention... No. I did put the Avid Suppressor on, simply because more veils, which gives me suppression, and, well, as this says, it devours engine emissions, ensuring that your engine never explodes at full power, that little burst of speed we had early on. It also slightly improves your chances of evading enemy attention, which is what the Veil stats does. Pages, of course, went over this already, but Pages makes you make more fragments from discovery, and Hearts swell for certain tests. But now we are in the Iron Republic, Hell's client state. Be wary, their laws are not the laws of man or nature. They're more liberal than that. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, and curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy, calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic, freedom from all laws, even those of nature. Yeah, we're in a colony of hell now. And look who it is. Ah, yes, our repressible cannoneer. Captain, are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He's staying on shore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? Of course I will, sir. You and I have great work to do. Oh, this is interesting. Room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Wait, let me make notes. Paper. Ah, yes. And as this says, we can appoint new officers who give us new benefits and new stories. So, fellow, let us speak. Oh, yes, I forget I need torpedo components in order to dine with you. This is unfortunate. Could increase my irons. Probably should, actually. You know what? Why not? Our ship is in fantastic shape. We've only lost 15 hull out of 450. So, why not? No, yes, God, no. That captain is going to cause explosions, although, now that you mention it. Hooray for more irons, more damage dealing. But we have story to deal with here. The Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies. The Market of Hungers with its spires and sigils. Is it a parody of the bazaar? Today, flies fill its arcades. Buzz, buzz. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't shown you guys the bazaar. Oh, we'll have to do that, but that'll be for the future. For now, we visit the Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies, because that lets us buy things from their shop, and they sell fuel for relatively little. Could actually buy parabola as well. Unfortunately, I will only make 3 echoes on this, so it's not really worth it. But, it's kind of almost worth it. I'll buy at least 10, just in case a certain, business partner requires it. Yes, I know. I'm being facetious. Well, not facetious. Tight-lipped about what exactly that is, but trust me, all will be explained eventually. We'll compile our port report, though. It won't be entirely straightforward, the streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. New passions. Oh, hello. The sensations of the Republic are overwhelming. This is a desire for years. That is a hatred for fountains. Here's an emotion that can only be expressed mathematically. Now you are awash with a nostalgia for the hatching of the egg. Write it down. Write it all down. Perhaps you'll be rid of it. Oh, yes. Hell is fun, shall we say. In fact, let me, fill up on fuel. I'm going to be burning quite a lot of it, apparently. Unexpectedly. Unknowingly. And for those of you who think this is going a little bit long, yes, it is. But we must make it to the Carnelian coast, at the very least. Hello, you. Republican Dreadnought. Which Republic, though? I guess it has to be the Republic of Hell, but, well. Yeah, panic a little bit. Don't worry, guy. You're already dead. Shh. No, don't run away. I did not give you permission to run away. You'll have to pardon me for attempting to kill literally everything on the Z. I have 130 episodes worth of hate build up for these lovely people who threatened my existence for so long. They can't even fight back. This is hardly even fair. Also, there's no actual, damage from impact, so I'm just going to push them around. The ship is mine, and we'll investigate the hold and take Skintilac. Interesting. Deliciously glittering Skintilac harvested from deep coral nodes. Had me worried there for a moment. Your crew ooh and ah. One clumsily attempts to filch a single glowing lump. Cute. Yes, the crew is of, I love them dearly, don't get me wrong, but, well. Me and them haven't always gotten along, shall we say. Ah, dear. There's Castle Clare, which I found out is actually kind of a place in London. Well, in England. It's not really in London per se, but it's near-ish London. And here's the Grand Geode, who we are just gonna we're gonna ignore them. We don't want to deal with them. They are not nice people. Oh, I suppose. We have new people who haven't been exposed to the hateful Dawn Machine and its followers. A distant song like a mirage. A naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you go. They're singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry to the geode's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription. Station 5, Adjunct. The stations are old, projects from the Royal Navy. This one, I wonder if they were constructing or harnessing the Dawn Machine. That'll be something for the future. Compile our port report. The Marines are watching. And we could speak with someone in authority. It's a bad overall choice, but we will make it for those of us who are new to this lovely world. What is this place? A blank space in your memory. You saw the Commodore, and then there was something bright. You discussed matters of importance, you're certain of it. Teasing clues linger in your memory. A sailor asked to stay behind, and you permitted it because it'll all come clear later, probably. The light, it's pretty. Something like that. But we can get another officer. The Carnelian exile. A dark-spectacled woman marches up to you in some haste. Captain, take me with you, I'm no longer welcome here, and I will show you where we need to go. Here I am, a ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there, because here becomes there. There becomes here. She's an exhausting person, but I don't have another first officer, so she will do. And she will raise mirrors and pages. What do I need in order to dine with you? A searing enigma. Huh. At last, Salt's song. I still don't know what I can ask her. And she has the discomforting, even irritating habit of answering your questions just before you finish speaking. Yes. Some of us know exactly why and how she... Well, I don't know how she does it. But, well... There are things about her that you can learn. Things that are, in my opinion, unpleasant. But, let's go to... I could actually visit the Dawn Machine. I might visit the Dawn Machine in a future episode. But we're running a bit long, aren't we? So, let's go to Port Carnelian and see about getting ourselves a submarine. What exactly do we need? Also, what else can we actually, discover? It is, after all, April 2nd, 1890 now. I wonder what happens when we get to 1900, if we get to 1900. Curious, very curious, but ultimately not important. Oh, listen to that soothing music. Is it not the most beautiful thing you've ever heard? Oh, hello, there's 2 vortexes out here? I don't remember that being the case. Reiner's and Velton's vortex. Interesting. Oh, and these things. A debate. Do we kill something, or do we go straight to Port Carnelian? I think we kill something. These things killed me once. A long, long time ago, in another life. I wish for revenge. Oh, what? How do you... God damn it, stop moving around. This is not fair. Stop this moving around nonsense. Stop it. Stop it now. Okay, I've got them, kind of. They're actually doing damage to me. This is not okay. Okay, yep. I see your point, sirs. I'm gonna have to repair the ship after this. It's gonna be very upsetting. But we'll be able to do it. They're almost dead. Just stop it. Stop. Stop. There we go. The Blue Prophets are dead. A mortal battle against parrots. That's the Elder Continent for you. Now, we could recover feathers from the prophets? Really? No. Record their cries. The prophets speak the names of those about to die. In truth, most of the sounds they make are more squawk than word, but perhaps you can glean something from the dying birds if you listen carefully. Names you know, faces you remember? Perhaps. You've gained terror, a tale of terror, and fragments. Wow, was that ever not worth it. Not even slightly worth it. Still, bits of story. I actually found out what those things are exactly. So, there is that at the very least. And finally, we dock at Port Carnelian. Fallen London's sole imperial possession, treasure it. And we'll go here. The fierce philanthropist. Her house is built in the tall, porticoed London style. Her house is built in the tall, porticoed London style. Red brick and white plaster. Decorative iron railings, painted black. Its mistress is the subject of intense colonial gossip, independently wealthy, an industrialist's daughter, a widow unwelcome in London. What, then, does she want with you? An invitation arrived as soon as you docked. We accept her invitation, of course. It wouldn't hurt to have the backing of a wealthy benefactor. Certainly not. You expected a sizable gathering, but it's just you, her, and a decanter of admirable sherry. She's not a small woman, and comprehensively occupies her armchair. She wears sensible satins and sensible shoes. Her hair is impeccably curled. I've heard a number of shocking things about you, Captain, all of which I consider thoroughly promising. Her accent has a hint of Midland's melancholy to it. She must have spent much of her life on the surface. For a time, she asks questions about your travel, and listens avidly to your answers, brief though they may be. Then she gets down to business. A question, Captain. She tops up her sherry. Some years ago, the nations of the Neath struck an agreement to abandon their research into submarine travel, and leave the Z-depths untouched. Ah, the agreement about nothing of consequence. Sailors mutter about it when listing the Admiralty's follies. You nod. She raises her glass to her lips. And what is your opinion of this agreement? Oh, of course it's nonsense. Nowhere should be forbidden to the capable explorer. A new friend. Her smile is conspiratorial. Then we can help each other. I'm prepared to finance, in a large part, improvements to your ship that will make it capable of submarine travel. The Admiralty and other powers disapprove of such innovation. Therefore, we will need to be discreet. I've procured experts, laborers, and a workshop. They are well paid and loyal. Here's the address. Meet us there and we can begin our work. Of course, of course. Oh. I see what must be done. Phase 1. And we have quite a few things to do. Or rather, quite a few options. Interesting. On the shore of a gloomy inlet stands a rickety factory. Once, and supposedly still, it was committed to the cutting and polishing of sapphires. Now it is the place where the fierce philanthropist houses her intrepid staff of engineers, the ingenious men and women who will convert your ship into a submarine. We could contribute nautical know-how, some contribute ingenuity, others graft. What you contribute is hard-won, hands-on experience of the Z itself. Unfortunately, we don't have enough Z stores to do that. Could provide additional funding. In fact, we could very much afford that. Specifically, we could apply bribes, what the philanthropist cannot be associated with. We could donate a mysterious device. Heretofore, its purpose was mysterious, but the chief engineer insists it's precisely what they need. Another option, Stygian ivory. It's dark as the belly of the Z, and correctly treated, harder than iron. Oh. Intriguing, but what we could do right now. Phase 1. Contribute advanced theory. These idiots don't have the first idea what they're doing. Enlighten them, and I am a rather acerbic scientist, so why not? The truth burns. One engineer begins to laugh, seemingly unable to stop. Another weeps. The tears scorch his face like kettle water. A third frantically tries to write down what you said, but gives up when her third pen combusts in lavender flame. This changes everything, a grease-stained engineer whimpers. Later, his colleagues catch him out back, burning his collected volumes of the Transactions of the South Wales Institute of Engineers. Fortunately, your vessel benefits from the drastic adjustment to their perspective. Her turbines whirl, her pumps thunder. A river of cabling runs through her interior, dense as the weave in a Turkish carpet. You now have 100... blah, blah. This, I believe, is a coding error. But yes, experimental modifications, we've done that now. And on to Phase 2. Retrieve a set of sonar schematics. The engineers have reached an impasse. It's the sonar. It's unreliable, loud, and stops working below 70 fathoms. But the Admiralty and the Khanate must have cracked this back in the day. The engineers brim with conspiracy theories about the old submarine programs. Before the agreement about nothing of consequence, London's Admiralty conducted their submarine research at Station 3. The location of the Khanate's research base is unknown, but a number of its scientists relocated to Khan's shadow. Perhaps one of these locations has information you could use. Interesting. Interesting. We get to speak with some scientists and discuss modifications. Oh, that is going to be a fun thing. And we will explore Part Canalian soon. Oh, the things we will do, friends, the things we will do. Those of you who are new to the Sunless Sea, you know whether you wish to continue this story or not. And those of us who are not new, welcome back to the Sunless Sea, my friends. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I shall see you all soon.